So George and I have been going back and forth on these wheels. We're trying not to go cheap on this thing, and of course it's like, where do you stop? It's like when you're painting a bridge. You either paint the full bridge or the part you don't paint looks unfinished. So as you see, the center caps here, the original color of the, the Type R, the championship white, which obviously against this color almost looks eggshell, which it looks, championship white looks good if it's a nice looking car until you go park it next to a bright white car, and then it looks off, which you can kind of see here. Well, this wheel looks good until you really look close. You start seeing this and this, and it's a shame because these are genuine Type R wheels. Well, as we get further in, the texture's not that good. It's scrubbed here, and we're putting brand new tires on this, and it sucks because we've kind of already given the customer a bid and we can't let it go like that. So I'm going to take these to our favorite tire shop, Boulevard Customs, take the tires off, call our good friend Austin and say make these bright white, and then we'll take these to the body shop and get those refinished in white to match that. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, so any of you that attend the Cars and Coffee over at the Dew Point building and Boulevard, this is very familiar to you. Okay, wheels and tires are separated, so Austin is actually gonna come by the shop. So he is gonna pick up these wheels and take them and do his magic, make them look bright white. The tires that I took off the rims they're actually in pretty decent shape. I'm gonna clean them up and put them on one of the local forums just to try and offset a little bit of the cost. Question is, what are you doing?
Letting the air out so we don't have a regulator.
Oh. So, his new name is Regulator.
Yeah. Regulator! Mount up!
So we're going to drop the pressure. We're going to be spraying in the back of the car, and the pressure says what, 40 to 60?
Yeah, 60 to 40 psi.
So we are doing this figured out how to make it happen way. We're going to drop it, he's going to spray, and keep an eye on this and see if we can keep it within a certain amount. So what we're doing is the side of the car is already painted white. This down here, George has already prepped the surface, and wherever we needed to seam seal has been done. Any extra holes that we don't need are being filled, and we're going to use this type of bed liner material. Not only will it look nice and uniform and clean, it helps with noise reduction. It takes some of the rattle out of it because there's no interior, and we don't want carpet back here. It's not really going to be used, but we want it to look kind of finished.
And what we have for a bed liner is Raptor liner. Actually, have never used this before, but you take this bottle and then this bottle, you dump them into each other, shake it, hook it up to the supplied gun, and spray. It's supposed to have very little overspray. It's a very tight pattern, and I believe one coat will do the trick, from what I've seen anyways. So we'll get to it and see what happens. Alright, I've got all the tape off. Took my cardboard out of that hole there that I was blocking it up with. Hey, it looks pretty good. Just starting to get dry to the touch. And I think it'll do the trick. It looks pretty good back there.
Alright, let me explain what we're going to do, just in case this looks complicated. Here I am, like, This is where I film. So the lift is right here. We have a car on the lift. And this car is going to be sitting here for a while we assemble it. So rather than move 2 cars around, put the car on the lift, the way we're doing it is we're putting the engine in from the bottom. So we're going to do this in reverse rotation or reverse order. Rather than using the engine hoist for the engine, we're going to use the engine hoist for the car. Lift up the car, slide the engine underneath, lower the car in the engine. Sounds easy enough, right? We have done it before, by the way. It will work.
Yeah, see what it does.
Hopefully it goes up.
Kind of unsure what kind of tying I want to do, so that's similar to how we tie a fish hook.
Yeah, well, I mean, last time I went fishing, I never caught a Civic, but the car ain't good up.
It's starting to.
You gonna hold?
It's holding.
Any idea how much a weight a seatbelt will hold?
Well, it's designed to hold a 200-pound person and a 40-mile-per-hour impact, right?
Designed to hold me. Going towards a sudden stop. So let's say this car is, without the engine, what, 1,500 pounds?
At the most, then we're...
Quick calculation, 200 pounds, doing 40 miles an hour with a sudden stop, equates to about more than 1,500 pounds.
There you go. Simple math, I like it.
Simple math. Should we put that on the car?
Alright, I'd chill there for a minute. I wouldn't want the front of the shaft in the back.
Is it high enough?
Yes. We may need to get this in and then use the hoist on the motor to get it up into place.
Just put it in the hole basically?
Yeah, just get it in the hole and then look at it. I don't think it's going to go low enough to really interfere with much.
Alright, I'll lower it. You gotta keep an eye on it. We good?
Yeah, so far. I'll yell really loud if something happens.
Yeah, just yell.
I'll yell once it happens, not before.
They'll say like ow, 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 like a bunch of times,
Okay.
and that tells me that you're stuck. See the alternator? We got clearance?
Yes. The closest thing is in the back, so that's what I'm watching.